Hi, friends. Thanks for joining us. Do us a huge favor. Smash that subscribe button. It helps the channel grow, helps us spread the word. We can't thank you all enough for your support. Benny, where can they find us on social media?
Yeah, you can find us at Ray Benny Sports. We're on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, TikTok. Check us out also on Reddit and Discord. And don't forget to leave us a rating on your favorite podcast provider.
And also very special thanks and shout out to our show sponsor, Fahrenheit Airbrushing. Stand out on the ice, pavement, field, or in the stands with a custom airbrushed helmet, goalie mask, or any type of project. A local Manitoba business with affordable solutions. Check out Fahrenheit Airbrushing on Facebook or call them at 204-891-7431.
And don't forget to tell them that Ray and Benny sent you.
I looked over there. You're looking at your screen. I'm like, oh boy, is he going to say it?
I was moving the screen across, and I was like,
he's like, what's pause? Why is there silence? Oh, every time I do that, it feels like I'm a little bit auditioning for CJOB.
Yeah,
it's still one a fun time. Yeah. Speaking of CJOB, the official Bomber coverage, the Bombers. Let's get right into it. We're going to start off with some great fan quotes. We always ask questions online. We get some great answers from Bomber fans. So we asked y'all, what's one word you'd use to describe the game against the Ticats? Benny and I picked a couple, and here they are. You want to go first?
Sure. I'm going to go with awful. That's my first one, by @53 Vander Evan Charbonneau. And I got to agree with that one. I mean, it was awful. I mean, it had moments of, hope. And I know the score ended up being a little bit closer than probably what that game really was. But in the grand scheme of things, watching that offense, it was awful. And, you felt bad for the D, who was playing a very good game, holding Bo Levi Mitchell to really only field goals. But in the end of it, the offense couldn't get it done.
That was so awful. Oh, the first one I'm going to take is from Reddit, from Captain Jen B. Shown contract killed us. I love how they just smashed it together in one word. Like, this encapsulates the decisions made and the tone of the offseason. Letting key pieces go, not quite making the right decisions. The offseason was a bit of a joke altogether. Like, February 4th, we didn't hear, or no one heard specifically who the OC was until then, a week before his free agency officially started. Like, even listening to Coach O'Shea tonight, his comments about the game, again, not good enough. Putting it on all three phases of the game. It's got to turn for us sometime. No, there are not enough horses on this team for it to suddenly turn. And I know it's a radio show and he's probably not letting on, but that's not a good perspective for me to hear as a Bomber fan, that it'll turn for us sometime. I don't know.
That's not Coach O'Shea that we're used to. I mean, you're waiting. What are you waiting for? What's gonna make it turn? Exactly. Obviously the players, the coaches, they're going to have to make a turn. It's not going to just all of a sudden turn. I know last year it worked out. Yes, they lost the Grey Cup, but it worked out. The season went better as the season went on. But, right now they are struggling to find that footing, whereas last year they got on a roll. And how many games did they win in a row last year?
7.
So, yeah. So it's not really happening this year.
No, they don't have the horses, I'm sorry to say. I'll go next with frustrating. On X, Twitter, whatever people call it, from Jets Girl. Man, it was frustrating not seeing them switch quarterbacks. Like, are you serious? Again, going to what Mike O'Shea, it's still a game and Streveler was the most prepared. Come on, this dude is how many years now in the CFL with a stint in the NFL? He is not prepared. It doesn't matter how much weeks he gets. He's only had 3 starts this year. And that it's frustrating that didn't happen at halftime. Are you serious?
Yeah, they're serious. I mean,
like, I get it. You're going to rally around this dude. The team does rally around this dude. Defense played well. Special teams played well. But this loss almost falls squarely on Chris Streveler's shoulders with the turnovers and missed balls and horrible accuracy. I'm sorry.
So the thing is, you say on Streveler's shoulders, but is it not on O'Shea's shoulders or whoever's making the decision not to switch quarterbacks? Or whose decision was it to keep Terry Wilson instead of trying to maybe make a trade for Cody Fajardo or who else got traded? McLeod Bethel Thompson, these
Yeah,
kind of guys to back your guy up because you obviously don't have faith in Terry Wilson. Like Streveler struggled. The Hamilton's two
horrible.
touchdowns came off of interceptions, basically, right?
Yeah.
So the 14, what was it, 20-10 at half? So the D had done their job for the most part. Gave up 6 points otherwise to Bo Levi and Hamilton, that Hamilton offense in the first half, besides the short field stuff.
Yeah. That's why I said this loss
Mm.
specifically falls squarely on Strebler.
Yeah, and I feel though it's also on the coaching staff for not making that change, or Walters for not finding a better quarterback in the offseason if they don't trust Terry Wilson.
Well, I think that was frustrating not to see the change.
Yes. Let's see what the guy can do. It's not like Strebler did any better in the second half. Like I said, the score ended up closer, and it could have ended up even closer if he got that last touchdown. But at that point, Hamilton was playing some prevent defense, anyways. Uh, my next one is predictable, and I don't really have a name because there's a lot of them on Reddit. I got
Right?
this one from Reddit, and there was a lot of them that posted that blue gold Jets, a few other people on Reddit, and it was predictable, right? Because you saw the same mistakes happening, you saw the same interception. The interception again. I tweeted this. The halftime, the turnovers before half, when the Bombers have an opportunity to score. And they did it. I can't remember what game, even with Claros in there, they had a chance to put up even a field goal. And I remember listening that one on the radio a bit and Doug Brown saying, just play it safe, get the field goal. Do not turn the ball over. Next play, interception. And you messed yourself out of 3 points. And I think that was the Ottawa game, I believe, which I would have probably, kind of iced that game a little bit more. But then we saw the comeback and all that stuff. So yeah, everything's just getting predictable this year. It's just like same mistakes over and over again.
Yeah. I'm gonna go with a similar word, expected. Uh River City Bum. I love that handle on X/Twitter. The results were expected. Like everyone saw this coming. Going into the season again with Jason Hoden calling the plays. Like we can go back and turn the tape. The day that Buck Pierce was like, I'm out of here. I was like, bring in Jerry's Jackson. Bring in an experienced play caller. And what happened? Nothing. Even threw in Pete Costanza's name later on. Nothing. So it was expected. We knew that we've seen this blueprint already. It's not going to get any better. And then when you lose your starting QB, the wheels fall off harder. So, yep, expected.
And the Bombers had coaches in house that they could have brought in to take over OC. Like you said earlier, like the announcement of the OC took forever. That made no sense to me. If Jason Hogan was your guy, why wasn't he your guy right off the bat? Right? There had to have been better options and more experience. Again, this is a Grey Cup in Winnipeg year.
Yeah.
And yes, you've been to 5 straight Grey Cups. The core is getting older, so it would have been hard to make that 6th Grey Cup. But they should have put all their chips into the middle. I'd rather them go all in this year and suck next year because of that. To have that opportunity. I didn't know it's a CFL. You still got that opportunity. You just got to get into the playoffs. But they're making it tough on themselves. I guess all my words, well, they're not nice words, I guess, at all. I'm going with pitiful, and that's by @hads34 on Twitter X. And again, it's just the whole theme of it all. It was a pitiful effort, and to me, it was a pitiful effort just on offense. Yeah, it's the score would have Hamilton get 30 points, but 14 of that off of turnovers. Defense did a pretty good job until later in the game when they let Greg Bell start. Well, I know we talked about this. Greg Bell did have some good yardage in the first half as well, but in the second half, I think that D again was just getting tired, and they had no answer for Greg Bell, and he was running all over them.
You know what was really frustrating for me to watch, and we'll get into even more so, but how is a team like this only waiting for the 2 minutes left in the game to play bloody hurry up offense? Come on, be creative, especially when you're going to run the ball off the bat. Beat their ass, get them tired from the beginning of the game. Not this slow garbage where you don't have a passing game. Like it's stupid decisions or lack of creativity, maybe call it, that just boggles my mind.
But at the same time,
Pitiful.
that drive, the 2-minute drive, was nothing over 10 yards. And you needed 2 scores, and every pass was 5 yards, 6 yards. Like nothing was going downfield at all.
Yeah.
So, I know it's a CFL and you got lots of time with a minute left in the game kind of thing, but you have to be able to move that ball downfield and threaten that defense a bit.
Yeah.
Hamilton's like, yeah, we'll let you dink and dunk the whole way down the field. You're wasting your own time.
See, that would have been great at the beginning of the game. Dink and dunk, run them across the field, wear them out, and that'll open stuff up. But nope, any which way.
And you
Or I
you
get
had
too mad.
moments. Sorry, yeah, you had moments with Brady Oliveira over 100 yards rushing, and then you went to 3 series with him not even touching the ball
Let's move
when
on
this
to the
game
next
was
one then.
when this game was still close. Yeah.
Because we're going to talk
So
about
yeah.
Brady Oliveira for sure. What statistic tells the story from the Ticat game? How is this guy only getting 2 carries in the second half of the game? You have
Is
the
that what it
O-line
was?
performing well, running the game. You have a QB struggling in the passing game. His accuracy is ass, turning the ball over. 2 carries in the second half. Are you kidding me? 4 touches in the second half.
I didn't even
I want to
realize it was
swear
that
so
bad.
badly, man. I want to swear so badly, but I don't
Hold it
want to
in,
turn the
bro.
children
Hold it
away.
in.
I don't want to turn the children away. It's crazy.
Hold it in. I didn't
Bombers are for
realize
the
it was that
children.
bad. Holy, that's crazy.
What's your statistic, brother?
Well, I got to go with the good old time of possession, which was well in favor of Hamilton at 30, almost 35 minutes to 25 minutes. Basically, that's a 10-minute spread, right? And like you say, Winnipeg needed to hang on to that ball. And how are you going to do it? With Brady Oliveira, especially in that second half. The guy was having a wicked game.
Yes.
Fantastic game. And we knew going into this, Hamilton was susceptible against a run. Like we talked about that, right? And hey, the Bombers are doing it. But that's the thing. The play calling in the second half, like we talked about, predictable. It gets bad. And it's just like they have no answer for what they're doing. And it's like you say, yeah, Hogan wants a chameleon type offense. It's dude, stick to the offense that's working. There's no need to change it. Brady Oliveira was that guy. You're forcing Strebler to throw, and he's throwing some awful throws.
Oh,
So use Brady. If you wanted to come back in this game, use Brady.
dude can't hit a slant. I'm sorry. He can't hit his receiver to keep running with the ball. It's always behind the dude. Why?
Do you think? Okay, so obviously Strebler's legacy after that first Grey Cup was huge, right? Is this now going to put a damper on Strebler's legacy in Winnipeg, or will we end up getting to that point going, it didn't end well, but it started great kind of thing?
The only words that I can explain it right now is flash in the pan.
Yeah, I mean, I feel bad for bragging on the guy like this because, I mean, obviously he was a big part of the Bombers winning that first Grey Cup, but the trust and everything that they've had in Strebler, like, you know.
Sorry, I shouldn't say flash in the pan. That's my bad because he's playing a role that he should not be playing.
Yeah.
If he was a short down, switch it up quarterback, I'm sure we'd be seeing a lot of the Strebler we saw in 2019.
Yeah.
But you're the number 2 now. That's crazy. It's crazy. What's your number 1 takeaway from that Ticat game?
We kind of talked about this, but I'm going to go with a couple of things here. Stubbornness and loyalty of Michael Shea to not make that change at quarterback. We were getting it even with Doug Brown on Twitter, and he posted something about, okay, it's halftime. That's got to be it for Strebler. And then you see Strebler come back still in that third quarter, and you're like, wow, what is going on? How bad is Terry Wilson? How little trust do they have in Terry Wilson? And why is he still on this roster?
Yeah.
If you don't trust the guy to be able to go in and play for a quarterback who's struggling.
That word loyalty is just hanging over the Bombers right now. And before I move forward with this, because I will mention his name, obviously condolences to Ted Gouvea's family and the Ticat family and the Bomber family and the Argo family and all the CFL families who this guy's had his fingerprints on. Sad story, passed away the morning of this game. But you talk about loyalty. Where was the loyalty to Ted Gouvea? Because obviously right now there's a big hole in the front office because before there was no worry about depth and acquiring players and getting Canadian talent. What's different in the front office than has been in the 5-year run?
Ted Gouvea.
Yep.
And what did he do? What did he do? He went and grabbed the Bombers that were free agents, Liam Dobson, Kenny Lawler, and even Kenny Lawler was like, you signed Dylan Mitchell before you talked to me, kind of thing. So stuff like that. Ted Williams saw these guys and he saw them day in and day out, and he's like, I'm going to go after those guys, and they're having a great season,
Yeah.
And the Bombers again, the Bombers had they were the class of the league in the O line when they were winning these Grey Cups. Now you're just instead of hanging on to these guys,
Yeah.
you're losing them, and it's just like dump the money at these guys. You dump the money at certain players and you don't dump it at other ones. I don't understand.
Yeah. Like this receiving core would be fine. Obviously, it would have been a slower at the beginning of the year, but right now with Ontario Wilson, Nick Dembski, Kevin Clercius, they're pretty okay. So really not, we're going to question that Schoen signing just like we did with the first quote. Right now, that money could have been used to keep Dobson.
Yeah, you know what? As much as I loved having Kenny Lawler here too, Dobson would have been the guy I kept out of all those guys.
Like that is a staple of the CFL front office. You invest in Canadians, especially if they're prime O linemen.
And that's what Kyle Walters did when he got in here, right? That cupboard was bare. Joe Mack freaking didn't even fill that cupboard. He didn't fill that cupboard at all. And Kyle Walters built that thing up. So it's like, why at this point are you not keeping them when you're drafting them?
Yeah.
Ugh, angry.
And there's the rumblings online from people who have zero sources, I'm pretty confident in saying, that they believe O'Shea is really running that front office. He is, at the end of the day, making those personnel decisions. Is it true? I don't know, but there's rumblings.
Yeah.
There's rumblings. And that's what we are. We talk with fans and we have fun with fans. So I can care less about real sources, but that's a talk.
Yeah, we had some good Twitter banter going on in that last game. It was kind of fun.
Yeah, hopefully next time they win, it'll be more fun talking if they win. Jeez.
Well, they're beating Ottawa this weekend, right?
Oh, Laura, let's wait for them. Don't do that, especially this year. Other Bombers in the market for a quarterback, and who would be the best possible realistic target? I actually didn't give my number one takeaway. The Bombers need to fix their roster. They need to fix their roster. That's what they need to do. And we can move forward on that. Oh, no, we're not going to move forward. They need to fix their roster with free agent and whatever acquisitions. Like, this is crazy. This is crazy. Their O-line is suffering. And like I said last week,
can they do that now?
Why not? They can pick up free agents or anything. Like, come on, are you telling me? They would have to do some serious, like I said last week, roster shuffling in regards to the ratio. They would have to make some tough decisions.
What's up with Eric Lofton? How injured was this guy that they didn't know he was this injured going into the season?
He's had injury issues even before coming into this season.
I know, but were you not prepared? Like Randolph has played well for Lofton. Randolph has been fine for Lofton. He's not the issue. It's the inside of that line that has been terrible.
Yeah.
From center to guards altogether. And Randolph could have fit somewhere else there if you knew what was going on with Lofton at least or something. I don't know. It's weird that this guy has pretty much missed. I think he played one game, or did he even play one game?
This is crazy.
Yeah.
Unprepared, exactly. They were not prepared. Should the Bombers be in the market for a QB? Who would be the best possible and realistic target? I don't think they will be in the market for a QB, to be honest with you. They should be, because Zach Collaros can go down at any second, and Dustin Crum should be the one that they're looking at, because Ottawa's probably going to be out of the playoffs, and he's a huge upgrade over Strevler. They would have won the game if Dustin Crum was playing for them. I'm almost willing to put money on that. So that's who I'd say.
Is there a way to get Drew Brown back? I mean, Drew Brown was healthy and didn't end up playing in that game. So
then we might as well get ready to play Wilson, because he might get hurt again.
Yeah. I mean, for me, it was before, I guess, the weekend games. It was Arbuckle. Now he's injured. And a lot of people saying, well, why would Toronto trade the guy with the most yards in the league? You got Chad Kelly. He's coming in, and Chad Kelly's going to get that ball back as soon as he's ready to play. And it sounds like Toronto is actually good with Jared Doge, coming in and feel comfortable with him. So that makes kind of Arbuckle expendable. So to me, yes, it was, and also at the same time, the Argos could ask for a fortune to the Bombers to get Arbuckle. And this is only if Zach is out completely. Right. If Zach's still going to be missing the next 2, 3, 4 games, right? Obviously, if Zach's back, you're probably not making any move at all. But yeah, I mean, Arbuckle would have been the guy that I thought they could have got because you look at every other team, Edmonton with Fajardo, they're not trading Fajardo, they're still in the mix. Montreal's not trading McLeod Bethel Thompson because you never know what David Alexander and so on and so forth with all the rest of these teams.
That's the thing too with Arbuckle. You never know with Kelly in regards to him getting injured again. And Arbuckle saved their ass and got him a cup.
Yeah, I'm just saying, but yeah, if you offer a team enough, you never know.
I
But
would say
is it worth it
the
for
Bombers would
that?
probably have to offer a active starter for them to help. Like
No, yeah,
active, like, hey, give us I don't know, Kyrie Wilson.
it'd be a first and yeah, maybe a player in that caliber, yeah.
Because they're still competing for a playoff spot. That's why I kind of lean to Ottawa.
Yeah.
Ugh,
Ottawa's still kind of in the mix as well, especially if they beat the Bombers.
are they in the mix? What's your number? Oh, we did that. Number one take. No, we haven't done that. What's your number one takeaway from CFL Week 15? Let's move on to some CFL talk. Bomber fans, CFL fans, please do us a favor and smash that subscribe button. See some great growth and, like Benny said, some wicked action on X. We can't wait for the next game to chat with you. What's your number one takeaway from CFL Week 15, brother?
I think once the Montreal Alouettes get healthy, especially at quarterback, they are going to be the team to beat.
Yeah.
They came in and spanked Saskatchewan in Saskatchewan after Saskatchewan was riding high after 2 wins over the Bombers. And really, I mean, Saskatchewan only 2 losses were against Calgary, and Montreal came in with 3 last names and gave it right to them.
They could be very dangerous. They're getting healthy. They're getting healthy. That kind of segues into mine. The Grey Cup is up for grabs. Like, more so than a lot of past years, obviously, because the Bombers have been such a stalwart. We're like, oh, we'll lean towards them with confidence. But from week to week, this season has been up in the air. Saskatchewan, Montreal, Calgary. It's crazy. So it's really hard for me to put any money on anyone at this point.
Well, yeah, Saskatchewan had a chance to put a stranglehold on that first in the West. They've clinched a playoff spot, but they had a chance to really put some more distance between them and Calgary. And now they've left the door open for Calgary to come back. And
I should actually go put 20 on Montreal right now. That's probably a good one.
Probably should.
Where's my phone? I'll do this after. Sorry, I don't gamble. I don't gamble. I don't gamble. If there anyone wants to partner up with us,
we're down.
He likes to gamble. Sorry. Let's go into this. What was up? We could talk about gambling?
No.
All right.
My gambling so far hasn't been good this year.
Oh, those parlays make me sad every week. I should just stop.
Parlays are just a waste of money for the most part.
Is it?
Until you get lucky and hit one.
Yeah, exactly. I'd like pick 18 different legs and put 25 cents and expect to win $18,000. Are you crazy, Ray? Get out of here.
One day you might.
I'm trying to predict like the first touchdown scorer of every game in the week.
Wow, that's tough.
I should just go play an arcade game.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm off track now. Let's go to the CFL Power 4, starting from 4 to 1. Who do you got at 4?
Just because they were off and haven't played in a bit, I'm going to put Calgary at number 4.
Oh, Calgary at number 4. For me at number 4, I got BC. BC re-enters it with a decently convincing win against a very weak team. Who do you got at number 3?
BC for me is so up and down though. They just lost to Ottawa. They beat Ottawa. All that kind of stuff.
Are you trying to debate my choice?
Yeah, no.
Are you trying to debate my choice? Because you put the CFL's number 1 defense at 4.
Yeah, just because they haven't
because of a week off.
Come on. And they lost to Edmonton their last game. So also
it's always hard to beat someone in back-to-back, especially in the rivalry games.
Wow, Saskatchewan did it. But,
wait. Who? So I'm
not debating yours. I'm just saying BC has been like Jekyll and Hyde. Some weeks very good, some weeks very bad.
That's why they're at number 4.
Yeah, no, I'm not debating.
We've had the Bombers at 4.
I just want to throw a comment in there. I just want to throw a comment in there.
And I'm allowed to comment back. Jeez. Who do you got at 3? This will be
I'm going with Montreal.
We agree there. Yes. Yeah.
Because they beat the best team in the league still, and Montreal still had their backup QB in there.
They are sneaky scary again. Shades of 2023.
And they not only did they beat the best team in the league, they handled them pretty freaking good.
Yep. It was fun to watch. Yes. It was fun to watch Saskatchewan Rough Rider fans. I don't care what you say.
Yes.
I also have Montreal at 3. Who do you got at 2? You know who I got at 2? I'll go first then. I got
Okay.
Calgary and their number one defense because you know me, I love defense. Defense win championships, so I got Calgary at 2.
Um, I got Hamilton at number 2. Yeah, they beat the Bombers. I mean, yeah, that's it. I got Hamilton at 2. The offense and the defense for the most part looked pretty good. I get again, it's a Bomber offense,
Yeah,
but Hamilton got it done.
that's fair because you know I did not put Hamilton. I think BC is better than Hamilton for some reason. I have Hamilton
Yeah,
at 5.
I guess BC last time they played, they did beat Hamilton. So,
I'm fair for
but
criticism on that though. I get it. If people say, well, "How can you not have Hamilton in your top?" I just don't. I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
I don't agree with you, but we'll
That's
live.
fair. That's fair. Like I said, that's fair. I'm ready to get roasted on that. Who do you got at number 1?
Saskatchewan still sits there, even though they ended up losing to Montreal, and we'll see. Is this the beginning of their downward spiral? We'll see what happens. Like 48 points Montreal put up on them.
Yeah. Yeah,
For
bro.
Diaz, that's been pretty good this year for Saskatchewan.
That's hilarious. I got Saskatchewan also at number 1. Uh, yeah, and I'm going to keep on defending this of not having Hamilton in my top 4. When I go team to team at the end, because it was really hard not putting Hamilton ahead of BC. But if I look at next week and BC and Hamilton were to play, because Hamilton came off that losing streak against a weak Bomber team.
Well, no, they beat Montreal, but that was
Oh,
with
that's right.
the
That's
fourth
right.
stringer still in there.
Yes, there's a different Montreal
So,
team. Well, that's right.
but
That's right. They did beat
BC
Montreal.
BC just lost to the Red Blacks the week before or 2 weeks before that. So
We're talking about the CFL parody is crazy this year. This is fun. This is fun. CFL fans, put your comments in the comment section below. That was a crazy Power 4. Let's go into quick shots, quick answers to finish off the show. Feel free to put your answers in the comment section below. That rhymed. That was awesome. Which Bomber has been the biggest surprise this season? You go first.
I'm gonna go Kyrie Wilson. We knew he was a good player, but we also thought he was fading away over the last season, and then the injuries. We weren't expecting a lot from Kyrie. I mean, if we go back and listen to our previous podcast, we were probably like, "Oh, why are we keeping him?" kind of thing.
Yes.
But yeah, he has had a pretty good season coming off those injuries, and at the age that he is right now.
Yeah, he keeps proving me wrong on a weekly basis, and that's great.
Yeah,
Jake Thomas would prove me wrong on a weekly basis.
he did that one week.
And then nothing. My Bomber, biggest surprise this year, I'm going to go Trey Vavo, great returner and also a solid defender so far. Which Bomber has been the biggest disappointment? I'm going to go Chris Strebler. He's regressed horribly.
I just said QBs altogether. Strebler and Zach, even Zach, he's had a couple good games, but for the most, I think right now both QBs are 1 and 2 in the league for interceptions.
That's crazy.
So that to me, I'm just going to confirm that right now, but that is wild.
Yeah.
If that is the case,
Like the old line has been a disappointment, but
Oh,
let's
sorry. Arbuckle is number 1, Valeros is 2, Strebler is 3.
fair.
So I was wrong, but
the old line has been a disappointment this year, but let's go back to that word expected. It was expected.
yeah.
Who is most likely to miss the playoffs in the West? Yeah, I'm going to break my own heart. The Bombers. They're on a 3-game losing streak right now. They are trending downwards.
I might have agreed with you if the Elks would have won, but because the Elks blew that game, what do they have? 5 interceptions?
Yeah.
6, like whatever, 6 turn, like they blew that game.
Totally.
They're in a driver's seat if they win that game. So I'm still sticking with the Elks and ended up missing the playoffs.
And in the East,
Ottawa, I guess. Unfortunately, I'd love to see the Red Blacks make it. I'd love to see Bobby Dice do it, but I think the Red Blacks are the one.
yeah, I don't think an argument can be made against that. Who's the most dangerous team in the CFL? I'm going to pick them because, again, like I said, I'm a defensive dude. I really love defense. I buy into defense wins championships. I'm going to go with Calgary.
That's a good choice. I'm going to go with Montreal because I just said earlier, I feel like when they're getting healthy, I feel like that defense could be a top caliber defense if they're getting some help from that offense.
Yeah.
And Davis Alexander to me looked like one of the better quarterbacks when he was playing. So I'm going to go with Montreal.
And if MBT can play without mistakes, he can be dangerous still. Obviously, he just showed that when he's not injured. He had that elbow treated, and what happened? He's doing good.
That guy is so all over the place, though, right?
I
Next week he's
know.
gonna throw 7 interceptions.
I know. I know. I think that would be a really great Grey Cup. Calgary, Montreal.
Yeah,
You know?
I mean, sure, I guess. I'd rather have Winnipeg in there, but
Well,
not
I'm
holding my
kind of
breath
being
anymore for that one.
realistic. I'm kind
Yeah,
of
I'm
being
not holding my
realistic.
breath anymore for that one.
Well, of course, I'd love to be there and Bombers win at home, but man, I'm losing hope. Bomber
Yeah,
fans.
this is a make or break game coming up for them, really.
Oh, yeah. We'll get into that in our next episode. Bomber fans, put your comments in the comments section below. Don't forget to tune in for our pregame. Let us be a part of your pregame action. Smash that subscribe button. Benny, what do you got to say to our friends?
You know what? Just thanks a lot for listening. Don't forget to subscribe and follow. And I guess we'll do this later in the week, but go Bombers, go.
And in the famous words of Mike Tomlin, don't blink. I don't even know what that means right now.
Try not to blink.
Good night.
Hey, friends and neighbors, don't forget to check us out online on Facebook, TikTok, Instagram, and Twitter at Ray Benny Sports. And don't forget to check out our YouTube channel. Leave a like, leave a comment, tell us what you think.